All right, gather round the campfire, folks, and let me tell you one of the quirkiest tales in the annals of history, how tiny Montenegro was at war with mighty Japan for over a century, all without a single shot being fired. It's a story that starts with a forgotten declaration and ends with a handshake. Now, to set the stage, we've got to travel back to the early 1900s. It was the time of the Russo-Japanese War, a brutal conflict fought between the Russian Empire and Japan from 1904 to 1905. Montenegro, a small and fiercely independent nation in the Balkans, had a close relationship with Russia, their Slavic brethren. So when war broke out, Montenegro, ever loyal, decided to show their support for Russia. In 1904, Prince Nicholas of Montenegro, in a show of solidarity, declared war on Japan. This declaration was more symbolic than anything else. Montenegro had no navy or means to actually engage Japan, a country on the other side of the world. It was a gesture of support, a nod to their alliance with Russia. The Russo-Japanese War ended in 1905 with the Treaty of Portsmouth, brokered by President Theodore Roosevelt. Russia and Japan moved on, but no one thought to inform Montenegro. The declaration of war was forgotten amidst the diplomatic shuffle, and life went on. Fast forward through the decades, and Montenegro's own history got tumultuous. They fought in the Balkan Wars, endured World War I, and then got swallowed into the Kingdom of Yugoslavia. By the time World War II rolled around, Montenegro was dealing with Nazi occupation and partisan resistance. Then came the Cold War, with Montenegro as part of socialist Yugoslavia, aligning more with the Eastern Bloc. All this time, that forgotten declaration of war sat quietly in the annals of history. Montenegro and Japan had no contact, no conflicts, and no reason to remember that they were, technically, at war. It wasn't until 2006, when Montenegro finally regained its independence after the dissolution of Yugoslavia, that the matter came to light. A historian, or maybe a curious diplomat, poking through old records, stumbled upon the long-forgotten declaration. It was a peculiar relic of a bygone era, a diplomatic loose end that needed tying up. In a move as peaceful as the war itself, Montenegro and Japan decided to officially end their state of war. There were no battlefields or bloodshed, just a formal peace treaty signed in 2006. It was an amicable end to the longest war that never was.